This video will focus on the many deaths that surround the diddler, aka p.diddy. These are in no particular order, but you'll be surprised the amount of deaths that surround this former legendary hip-hop icon. Let's dive into it. No Diddy. Most people know about Diddy, the man who discovered the notorious B.I.G., Mary J. Blige, and founded Bad Boy Records. But very few know of Puff Daddy, the party promoter who had a rep for packing places to capacity, which proved to be a fatal mistake on this date 3 decades ago at New York City College in Harlem. On this date in 1991, Puff and Heavy D, R.I.P., combined forces and organized an AIDS fundraiser basketball game, which would attract thousands. The list of performers boasted the likes of Big Daddy Kane, Run DMC, Jodeci, Boyz II Men, and others who never had the opportunity to perform because some of the ticket holders were denied entry into the City College Gymnasium more than an hour after the game was set to begin. Pandemonium broke loose. As more than 3,000 tried to cram in the already capacity-filled gym, 9 people were trampled to death while 29 other people reported injuries. Even though Diddy will always be saluted for his contribution to hip-hop culture and black excellence in general, this day in hip-hop history will certainly be one that he will never forget.
A few times I thought I was going to pass out because it was hot on that staircase. You know what I'm saying? And when they closed the doors, I knew something was going down.
City College was a deep experience for me. I was there, I was on the floor, I watched people take their last breath, regurgitate, and die.
Okay, you said a female?
Yes, a female.
Of asthma?
Yes, she had an asthma attack.
Uh-huh.
She passed out unconscious. They can't revive her.
We were there at the doorway pulling people in, trying to get them. It was bananas. I pulled friends through the door. You know, first time in my life, I gave mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to people. That was just bananas to me.
When we got down to the bottom, we just pulled them out. And that's when I think Tuffy came around. But I just walked off for a minute and then I came back. It was just all them people, you know what I'm saying?
Fans suspect that Diddy settled the lawsuit with Cassie because he has something to hide. Uptown Records co-founders have died or faced critical illnesses, leading to suspicions of foul play. Cassie Ventura endured years of abuse and control from Diddy, fearing for her life and career.
Disturbing video has surfaced appearing to show music mogul Sean Diddy Combs beating his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in 2016 in Los Angeles. The video obtained by CNN seems to corroborate what Ventura alleged in a federal lawsuit that has since been settled. Fox's Christina Gonzalez reports.
The woman on the video is then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. The incident was part of the allegations made in a lawsuit settled in November, one of several accusing Combs of sexual abuse and other illegal activities. It also comes on the heels of a raid by federal authorities at Combs' Los Angeles mansion in March, at what the Department of Homeland Security confirms is part of an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. Combs has denied any wrongdoing to all allegations. In regards to the hotel video, Ventura's attorney released a statement saying, quote, "The gut-wrenching video has only further confirmed the disturbing and predatory behavior of Mr. Combs. Words cannot express the courage and fortitude that Ms. Ventura has shown in coming forward to bring this to light." We asked the hotel if police were called the day this happened. The answer from Intercontinental Management, quote, "The hotel is no longer under IHG management and we do not have any access to prior incident records or footage." I'm Christina Gonzalez, Fox News.
We have breaking news now involving Sean Diddy Combs and his ex-girlfriend, the singer Cassie. Representatives on both camps and Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura, are saying tonight that the two have settled a lawsuit she filed against the mogul yesterday in Manhattan federal court. Ventura accused him of rape and years of physical and emotional abuse. There are no further details yet tonight about the terms of the settlement.
Recently, Sean Diddy Combs settled a lawsuit with ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura just a day after she went public with abuse allegations. Fans are convinced that the music mogul wouldn't spend $30 million that soon if he didn't have anything to hide. Industry whistleblower Jaguar Wright previously said that Ventura knew how Combs' former partner Kim Porter died, alluding to the shady personal life of the Uptown Records co-founder. Speaking of which, his label co-owners have also either quote-unquote suspiciously died or suffered from some critical illness.
Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim, she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the lucky, seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning.
For Jodeci tonight, Mary J. Blige, and Father MC. And all put together by first this man in the middle here, and then he passed it on to, I guess, his son, Protege. Yes. Puffy. Yes. Tell me a little bit about this man and why you like working with him.
Because, you know, he's not intimidated by youth, you know what I'm saying? He knows the importance of leaving a legacy behind. Because we need more adults out there that's going to teach the young, such as myself, and, you know, basically leave a legacy behind, leave something behind, you know.
And Andre, tell me a little bit about, if you didn't know that Andre Harrell over here in the middle, and people have been talking about you, I've been reading about you in the New York Times, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out here that hadn't heard from you before, but then saw that article in the Times and said, oh, okay, the young man's doing something. Because, you know, this guy always asks me what's my age, so you want to know what everybody's doing, how old they are. Andre, what's happening? Tell me about the new ventures that are going on at MTA.
Well, what we did, we just made a vertically integrated deal, which means that we do film, television, and record. And what we are able to do now is take our record stars and cross them into television and film, like a Heavy D. He'll have a television show next year and a film the following year.
Andre Harrell, Puff Daddy, see y'all in a minute.
In 1986, Andre Harrell founded Uptown Records. Alongside him were executives Diddy, Heavy D, and Al B. Sure, Albert Joseph Brown III. Porter also served as Harrell's assistant for a long time. She was also married to Brown from 1989 to 1990. They welcomed a son, Quincy Taylor Brown, whom Combs adopted in 1991. After Harrell fired him from the label in 1993, Diddy founded Bad Boy Records later that same year. Harrell died of heart failure at the age of 59 in 2020. In 2011, a 44-year-old Heavy D passed away after collapsing outside his home in Beverly Hills. Brown was also in a coma in 2022 after multiple critical illnesses like renal failure.
And we learned of another death in the world of music today. The founder of Uptown Records passed. Andre Harrell died late Thursday at his home in California. Harrell gave rapper Sean Puff Daddy Combs his first big break. Harrell reportedly died from heart failure. He was only 59 years old.
In July 2020, the same month he was hospitalized, Brown wrote of Porter's death on Instagram. I do know very clearly that Kimberly didn't just check out all of a sudden over pneumonia. That's some bullshit. This is where I get in trouble. Wright warned that while Porter was said to have died of pneumonia, a quote-unquote initial coroner's report said that it was ruled homicide and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. Combs' ex-bodyguard Gene Deal also revealed that Porter once slashed the rapper's wrist as self-defense. One night, when they were at home at Kim's house, he wanted to, put his hands on her in the wrong way. He told the Art of Dialogue in October 2023. And Kim took one of those corkscrews and ripped his wrists up. and she hit an artery. And when she did that, he had to rush over to St. Luke's Hospital.
He was really back and forth, really wanting, I guess, I feel, to get back with her. But it was just chaos surrounding this dude.
With Kim Porter.
Yeah. And we'd all be, me, Kim, and my ex at the time, I don't want to mention her name, get her drugged and dragged into here. Like, Kim would be on the phone with him a lot, and and it was kind of like, man, like he was very vulnerable at that time. But he's doing this, he's doing that, but then he still wants, it's kind of like, I want to be able to do everything I want to do, but still have you.
Now, here's a list of Diddy's most controversial relationships. From the 90s all the way up to 2007, Diddy was with Kim Porter on and off. And they were controversial because of the child support legal battle. Combs started dating J-Lo while they were still together. In 2007, on and off until 2018, Diddy was with Cassie Ventura. Combs settled after Ventura filed a lawsuit accusing him of being controlling, violent, and abusive. From 2018 to 2019, Diddy was in a relationship with Gina Wong. Wong alleged Combs of physically abusing her and paying her $50,000 to get rid of her pregnancy. Twice.
God bless everybody out there.
True. Cool. So like Puffy, what's coming up in the immediate future for the Bad Boy?
I love this question.
We got Big's wife dropping.
No doubt.
Evans Wallace, she's dropping.
So
we also have some B-sides and some other different projects. We have Big's new album that's gonna be dropping in like September, Life After Death.
And I want to congratulate Craig Mack on his Grammy nomination.
No question.
Yes, baby, yes.
Cool, that's cool. And I'm sure you got much things in store for my man.
Yeah, definitely. We got a new album we're working on him to drop in January. Besides that, we about to just drop our R&B stuff.
The Puff Daddy album.
Yeah, what about the Puff Daddy solo project?
Yeah, we don't like to talk about
that. Hey, Puffy, you know what Jack is giving us that single.
We're gonna go to the next video.
There are other deaths surrounding Diddy as well, indirectly, and we're about to break those down right now. The burly Brooklyn rapper Biggie, whose name was Christopher Wallace, was shot dead in a Los Angeles drive-by shooting at the age of 24 in 1997 during an ongoing coastal war with California rappers, most notably Tupac Shakur, who was killed the year earlier.
To folks outside the gangster rap music scene, Notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls, seemed to have everything going for him. At age 24, he was one of the most successful rap stars in the business, with a new album scheduled to be released this month. But his promising future came to a violent end over the weekend when he was shot to death. As Michael Oku reports, many hold the rap music business responsible.
Christopher Wallace was brutally gunned down as he sat in his car. Only minutes before, the Brooklyn rap artist known as Biggie Smalls and the Notorious B.I.G. had just attended the 11th annual Soul Train Music Awards.
After exiting the museum, the individual who everybody knows is Notorious Big, B.I.G., a notorious rap singer, was shot and killed, and we're not overlooking any possibility of a payback or a gang-related type shooting. We're not overlooking the fact that this was possibly a hit, a directed target, coming out of probably New York, could have come out of L.A., could have come out of Atlanta. We're looking at this in connection with a number of murders that have occurred around the country dealing with rap singers.
And as we made it right, we were driving, everything was all right. We didn't know where we were going to, we just know the party was over, we were leaving. And as we were driving, in my car, I heard shots ring out. And at first, I just thought it was somebody shooting in the air. And just human reaction, I immediately ducked down, everybody in my car ducked down. And then I heard somebody yell, they shot at Biggie's car. And then I just jumped out of my car and I ran directly to his car. And like all the doors were open. And, he was hunched over. I was just there, I was talking to him. And the security officer that was driving my vehicle, I told him to just jump in his vehicle, let's just try to rush into the hospital. And that's what we did.
Do you remember the last thing that you said to him or he said to you?
Yeah. I mean, he was just basically saying, like, he couldn't wait for his album to come out. That, you know, he was just happy that he had finished it. And he was just like, I just can't wait till my album comes out. And he just felt that when the album came out, it was going to clear up a lot of stuff because over the past 2 years, people have been talking about him in records. There had been so-called controversy, and he had wanted to represent on his album of not even going in and feeding in towards that negativity. And he felt proud that he didn't do that. And he also did a tribute record to California called Going Back to Cali. And he had just felt that, you know, once the album came out, a lot of fans would understand that, you know, that he wasn't on that BS, and he was just trying to make good music and represent for everybody as a whole, internationally, East, West, Europe, Africa, wherever they was from, that wanted to listen to his music and wanted to feel his point of view.
Bronx-born rapper Craig Mack, another early bad boy standout, died at age 47 in 2018 in South Carolina from heart failure after having embraced Christianity and working with the ministry there. East Harlem bad boy artist Black Rob, whose real name was Rod Ross, died in 2021 at age 52 from cardiac arrest in Atlanta after being homeless and suffering several strokes.
Hip-hop fans know former Bad Boy Records artist Black Rob from his 4 studio albums and breakout hit Whoa. What they didn't know was how sick he was. Evident in a video DJ Self posted from his hospital bed, Black Rob was sending condolences on the death of DMX and shocked many by how frail he looked.
Pain is crazy, man. It's helping me out, though, man. It's making me realize I got a lot to go, man.
Black Rob was identified with Harlem, where he grew up. Musically, he was underrated for his skills, says Chuck Creekmer, co-founder and CEO of AllHipHop.com.
He was one of those kind of pillars of the streets, one of those really, truly authentic artists that you knew was going to always keep it real. You know, quite similar to DMX.
Like many artists who depend on shows for most of their income, Black Rob was hit hard financially during the pandemic and facing medical bills and homelessness. Some friends started a GoFundMe page. Sadly, a day before he died, marketing mogul Dave Huey, Mario Winans, Jaheim, and Jaheim's manager Pookie Gist had begun to get him ongoing financial and medical support.
Step one, we were going to try and get him help health-wise and get him situated. And then everybody was like, man, don't worry about all this GoFundMe stuff. We need to make sure he has a place to live.
Some of it may have had to do with the pride of an artist who embodied the streets.
Rob wasn't looking for basically a handout from anybody. That's why I think it got to the point where it was.
Black Rob reunited with Diddy for part of the Bad Boy Family reunion tour in 2016. In addition to his own work, he was also on a Mace song, 24 Hours to Live, with DMX and the Lox. Condolences continue to flood social media. That's the latest from the newsroom. I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News.
Diddy and his close friend and bodyguard, Anthony Wolf Jones, were in the middle of a high-profile case facing charges stemming from the incident, but both were acquitted in a sensational case which gripped New York City at the time. While he survived the criminal case, Jones was later shot and killed after a confrontation outside of an Atlanta nightclub in 2003 involving BMF.
And then in 2003, Wolf gets killed during a situation with BMF,
right?
Which he ended up shooting first. And they returned fire, ended up killing him. I was actually with I actually ended up being flown out by BMF like right around that time. And I was at Big Meech's house while he still had the ankle monitor. And from what I understand, which was kind of crazy, was, you know, the standoff happened, Big Meech and those guys in self-defense ended up killing Wolf. And then once Big Meech gets off house arrest, Puffy throws him a big party.
Bruh, you know, I don't know where you get that part of it from, man, but we were all cool. You understand? Terry was more friends with Wolf, but Meech partied more with Wolf because Terry didn't really do all that partying and stuff like that. So I even spoke to Meech about this in Cancun. When they come outside, he shoots at Meech and them, which caught Meech in his buttocks. If you get caught in the buttocks, you're going in the opposite direction. So you didn't want it. Meech ain't want to do nothing to him because Meech had enough people and he had enough crew outside that he could handle that stuff. But the dude who got close to Wolf was the dude who killed him that he put down with BMF.
All right, y'all, there y'all have it. That's been the Diddler. Get in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think. Hey, don't go nowhere. You already know what it is. Drillers and trappers. We out here trapping and drilling 247. Watch that next video. Gang!